Everything in life is somewhere else, and you get there in a car. Right about now, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. Take it for six. The Bad Radio Show. Hello. Today, I'm going to admit, kind of nice having a night off from sports watching. Baseball teams joined the party, but felt very forced. Someone let an old gray wolf with dragons in. Also, he's all Mino Eric Khaleesi, RIP sports fatigue. And now two guys on to bigger, better things than sporty trades. Stand me down, Mike Rhyner.
So Blake working in some sports HSOs there in his small time to shine. He liked no sports.
Is that all he gets?
That's all he gets. All right, well, let's say give a hey now.
Hey now.
To Mike Rhyner.
Hey now.
Eatsies, the official lunch provider of Mike Rhyner, we're deciding. Because they came and special delivery, heard that Mike was going to fill in. And I believe they went to a stream and grabbed the salmon as it jumped out of the air.
That's right.
Was it swimming upstream, this salmon? How does that work?
Probably so.
Don't they swim upstream?
Yeah, they swim upstream and then they jump out of the water and you grab them.
You grab them.
Yeah.
I don't know if the real culinary trained chef grabbed him or if someone else is employed to grab him and then they hand it to the real culinary trained chef.
There was a time when the chef did.
The old days?
Yeah, but now the chef in this world has reached a higher status where he has minions.
So it's like the Chuck Bednarik days when you would play both ways. The chef would not only...
Yeah, the chef would play both ways.
But now
he's got minions. He has people to do stuff for him. And he is treated as a celebrity because he knows something and can accomplish things, culinary things, that you can't.
Yes. So thanks to Eatsies for...
He knows how to dice an onion.
Filling up Mike's belly. Because a fed Mike is a happy Mike. That's what we're all looking for today.
Consider me fed.
You look fit. You are not complying with Hawaiian Shirt Friday, which...
Yeah,
a lot of controversy about who actually started Hawaiian Shirt Friday.
I know.
Especially with TC sitting here, because I think TC did it on his own.
I wish I'd have been reminded of that. Because
Blake!
I know back at the mothership, everybody else is, right?
Oh, yeah. Julie? Yeah, Jake's not here. Are you between Hawaiian shirts?
Yeah, I need to.
Just go to Kohl's and get one, man. That's what I did.
I'm gonna send Mino a Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one for you. Yeah, controversy about who started that because TC claims he started it, but then didn't tell anyone. He would just wear one on Fridays. I feel like Julie feels like she has a claim that she started it. Did you not? But
I heavily pushed it.
But my memory is Jerry Fraley's funeral, where everybody was implored to wear Hawaiian shirts.
Yes.
Because that's what Jerry Fraley would do.
That's right. That's what he wore. And everybody did.
And when you got back that day, you were wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
And we decided to rally behind you as our leader and join you in wearing Hawaiian shirts. And I think we nailed it down to a Friday. And then you forgot.
When you rally behind me, you're rallying behind the great Jerry Fraley, too.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, because he was my leader.
Old curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Sports writer.
Right.
And, yeah, if you got on his side, you might not even know it, but it's good to be on his side. Right? He might like you, but just would never let you know.
Yeah, he might talk to you. And if he ever talked to you, then you were golden.
What year, Mike, was your big announcement that you made at the compound that, let's just see, the time you said that you probably wouldn't be working in radio come February.
Probably 2001 or something. Okay, so I'm 20 years too late.
And
Or 10 years too late.
10 years too late on the prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't say which February.
Yeah.
Well, Jake took off because it's Ted Emmerich's birthday. Every year he takes Ted Emmerich's birthday off. And that's where you fill in.
Okay.
You jump in to fill those shoes.
Can I ask exactly what the connection there is?
He just...
I mean, do they go on a guy's trip or something, or...
No, he just really likes Ted.
Okay.
Like if he's doing golf updates on Westwood One, like Jake records them and then plays them back for me during breaks. It's really kind of weird. But he just kind of... So we got a guy that loves Ted in his place. And especially Ted and Ted 2.
Yes, that's right.
Are you not a big proponent of the movie Ted?
It's the biggest waste of time, space,
You have
money,
a Ted shirt.
brain power, everything. So what? I got a lot of shirts. I'll wear any shirt. Just because I wear a shirt doesn't mean I necessarily support it.
Well, then that always makes... The reason I stopped wearing a Oklahoma shirt, everybody wants to... Oh, yeah, when'd you go there? Oh, I didn't go there. I just... You know, if you have a Ted shirt, people are going to be like, hey, Ted, give you a knowing nod. Give you a little dap, perhaps.
Well, see, you're not doing this right. Because I would wear those shirts, nobody would talk to me about them. You're not giving off the right vibe.
You do give off a vibe of don't talk to him. In general.
Not anymore, I don't.
No?
No.
Are you lovable now?
I'm a changed man.
Are you approachable?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Highly.
I don't know about that. I do know that TC is here doing some video today. So in the future, you will be able to view what we are doing right now with a VR helmet. Have you ever watched VR video, Mike?
No, I have not. I've never had on a VR helmet.
Did you not let him do it before the show? Do
No.
you have any desire to?
I guess. I don't know
It's
if
really cool.
I don't know if I would call it overwhelming desire, but if you want me to, I will.
He was in here about a month ago and set this camera up when Jake and I were doing the show one day for about a half hour, and you could see that. Now you don't have to have a VR helmet just to see it, but it is on the Bad Radio YouTube page, and it's incredible. Like technology and stuff is pretty crazy. You must think that for a guy that perhaps grew up with one TV in his whole house.
Yeah, that's right. I did grow up with one TV in the whole house.
Because I remember my mom telling me about the one TV and the 3 stations they had, and I thought that was ridiculous. We've got 8 stations. And then cable came out, and we had 100, and it was... And I knew I would never be referred to as an old man when I talked about my scene, because it could not get any better than this. And now here we are.
We had 3. We had 4, 5, and 8. And then later on, Channel 11 came along, and it was like a independent that showed the 3 Stooges and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then along about the time I was in the 4th or 5th grade, Channel 13 came along. But it was educational TV. You watched Driver's Ed there with Gene Dinman.
So was 4 CBS growing up?
Yeah.
11 was...
Independent.
So how did Fox come to be 4 and CBS come to be 11?
Football did that.
What do you mean? Like when Fox came out, bought or got the NFL rights? I remember that.
When Fox got the NFL rights,
Boy, that rocked the nation.
I don't know if it was this way everywhere, But they came in here and bumped CBS off Channel 4. I think Channel 4 was the frequency they wanted here. And they came in here and bumped them off Channel 4, and CBS went to Channel 11. And off we go. We're all better off for it, aren't we?
Yes, I don't know. I guess I never lived with Channel 4 being
Channel
CBS.
4 being
so
CBS.
I can't tell you if we're better or worse now.
It was weird for a while, but it all seems like just normal stuff now.
But if I had a time machine, my top priority would be to go back in time so I could see what it's like to watch CBS on Channel 4. And then the next thing I would do is kill baby Hitler.
You sure you don't want to reverse those priorities?
No, because I'm really interested in this whole CBS Channel 4 thing. It sounds fascinating.
More so than killing baby Hitler?
I think so. We'll think about that during the day. That'll be our poll question today.
What's more interesting? CBS on Channel 4 or killing baby Hitler?
Give us a call. We have a crow line. Blake wants to promote. We have a Mike Rhyner based crow line, but I don't know that we can add to it throughout the day. But I don't know. Blake does bits. Blake's doing bits. Blake also has never heard the full story of the Mike Rhyner countdown that you hear at the end of Why Today Doesn't Suck. And so for Blake and those like Blake that have no idea where that audio came from or why it exists, we will break that down at 2:15. If you are on board, if you have any different idea about the run sheet, Mike, we will go.
Mr. Dan, I'm here at your service.
We are going to adhere to what your wishes are.
I'm here at your service. This is your show. Well, like I say, I'm a changed man.
Perhaps it changed when you got yourself a twink.
Maybe it did.
Kind of loosen things up for you.
As it were.
And at 1:15,
If you will.
we've already done a segment or two on this book. The book is Dallas 1963. And I did a segment on it after I read it with Jake. And I think you and I talked about it a little bit last time you were here in the Den of Inequality. By the way, this is our 99th show in the Den.
I love the way you count shows.
99th show.
I wish I'd done that.
Oh yeah? It is the 133rd show in the new setup. I don't know if you heard Bob used to do the show here, and he's since gone to a spot that was vacated from 3 to 7. I don't know if you know anything about that.
No, I don't.
But where was I when I told you that the 99th show? Why was I even talking about that? Oh, last time Mike was here, and the author of the really, really good book will be on with us on the hot seat.
Yes. We're going to put it to him, too.
We're going to show you why Mike Rhyner was called the hard line.
That's right.
And this guy gets on.
That's right.
No softballs.
No. We're going to
take
take everything he's ever done and just wrinkle it up and throw it in the trash.
So that'll be like in, 45 minutes or so. But the only way to lead off a show with Mike Rhyner involved, the only true way to have a first official segment, this is not an official segment, Mike.
No, this is a warm-up.
This is just us kicking it around.
Yes, this is the opening stand-up.
But next will be the first official segment. It will be called What's on Mike's Mind? And it's next, like I said.